day, special program in sports learners. I hope you still remain fit as you are continuously doing exercises and individual drills. Before we begin, please make yourselves comfortable. Make ready your activity notebook and pen and stay focused for another interesting lesson. I am Teacher Noreen Santiago Acusar from Nabunturan National Comprehensive High School, Nabunturan West District. In today's episode, I will impart to you the laws of the game futsal. After this lesson, you are expected to identify the laws of the game futsal and be able to abide by these laws. Caution yourselves from committing any offense and refrain from incurring any disciplinary sanction, thus molding you to become a true athlete. Before going to our lesson proper, let us have this short challenge. Match the players to their total earnings for 2020. This is according to the article The World's Highest Paid Soccer Players 2020 by Christina Setimi of Forbes.com. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Let us check your answers. Number 1. Letter B. $126 million. Number 2. Letter C. $117 million. Number 3. Letter D. $96 million. And number 4, letter A. $42 million. Did you get it right? Wow! Amazing! Forbes estimate Messi's total yearly earnings for 2020, including endorsements, at $126 million, ahead of Juventus forward Ronaldo in second on $117 million. Paris Saint-Germain's Brazilian forward Neymar Jr. is in third with $96 million, and teammate Kylian Mbappé, by far the youngest player in the top 10, in fourth with $42 million. Soccer players play futsal too. You may not be able to earn as much as they do, but you can aspire to be as great as they are. Just to refresh your memories, let me share to you briefly the history of futsal. Futsal is a small-sided version of football that is played worldwide on a smaller pitch and mainly played indoors. Its name is from blended Portuguese words which can be translated as hall football. Its origins are in South America. During the sport's second World Championships held in Madrid in 1985, the Spanish name Football Sala was used. Since then, all other names have been officially and internationally changed to futsal. Now, please prepare your notebook and pen and take important notes on our main topic, the laws of the game futsal. Law 1. The pitch. The pitch used in futsal must be rectangular, with the length of the touchline greater than the length of the goal line, with various restrictions on other key elements. The radius of the center circle is 3 meters, while the penalty area is made up of 2 quarter circles, each with a 6-meter radius from the outside of each goal post. There are 2 penalty marks, the first 6 meters and the second 10 meters from the center of the goal line. 2 additional marks, each with a distance of 5 meters on either side of the second penalty mark, must be made on the pitch to indicate the distance to be observed when a free kick is being taken from the second penalty mark. At each of the 4 corners, a quarter circle with a radius of 25 centimeters is drawn inside the pitch. A mark must be drawn outside the pitch, 5 meters from the corner arc, and at the right angles to the goal line, to show the distance to be observed when a corner kick is taken. The substitution ends are situated on the same side of the pitch as the team's benches, directly in front of them, to allow easy access to and from the pitch. The goals, which are placed on the center of each of the 2 goal lines, have a distance of 3 meters between the inside of the posts, with a crossbar 2 meters above the ground. Nets are attached to the post with a depth of at least 80 centimeters at the top and 100 centimeters at ground level. The goals must have a stabilizing system that prevents them from overturning. Portable goals may be used as long as they are as stable as fixed goals. Law 2. The ball. The ball used in futsal must be spherical, with a circumference of between 62 and 64 centimeters, manufactured from a suitable material, and weighing between 400 and 440 grams at the start of a match, with a pressure equal to 0.4 to 0.6 atmospheres at sea level. Law 3. The number of players. Teams will begin a game of futsal with 5 players, 4 outfield and a goalkeeper, with up to 7 substitutes permitted per team. Substitutions may be made at any time during the game. The players who have been substituted can return at any time. Unused substitutes must remain within the substitution zone until the player they're replacing has crossed over the touchline, and the substitution is completed when the player coming on enters the pitch. From that moment, he becomes an active player, with the player he's replacing ceasing to be active. Law 4. The player's equipment. Players must not use equipment or wear anything that is potentially dangerous to either themselves or another player. This includes any kind of jewelry. A player replacing a goalkeeper has to wear a goalkeeper's jersey with his number on it, taking care that the colors do not cause confusion. Law 5. The referee. The game is controlled by a referee. He has full authority to enforce the laws of the game. The duties of the referee include ensuring that the goals and nets are properly secured, taking disciplinary action against players guilty of cautionable and sending off offenses, while maintaining complete control over both the teams and officials involved in the match. Law 6. The second referee. In futsal, a second referee is also appointed to operate on the opposite side of the pitch to the referee, and like the first referee, he is also permitted to use a whistle. The second referee helps to control the match with the same discretionary powers to stop the game for any infringement. Although the first referee's decision will always prevail in the event of a disagreement. Law 7. The timekeeper and the third referee. A timekeeper and a third referee can also be appointed, and they are seated outside the pitch of the halfway line on the same side as the substitution ends. The third referee's role is to assist the timekeeper by maintaining records of the first 5 fouls committed by each team and noting the numbers of the players who have scored, are cautioned, or being sent off, as well as providing any other information relevant to the game. Law 8. Duration of the match. The match lasts for 2 equal periods of 20 minutes under the control of the timekeeper. Although the duration may be extended to allow a penalty kick or a direct free kick to be taken against the team that has committed more than 5 accumulated fouls. Each team is entitled to a 1-minute timeout during each half. However, if a team does not request a timeout in the first half of the match, they are still only entitled to 1 timeout during the second half. Law 9. The start and restart of the play. A coin is tossed, and the team that wins the toss decides which goal it wishes to attack in the first half. The team that loses the toss kicks off at the start of the first half, and the team that wins the toss will kick off at the start of the second half, the teams having changed ends at halftime. A kick-off is used to start or restart play. At the beginning of the match, after a goal is being scored, at the start of the second half, and at the start of each period of extra time if applicable. A goal may be scored direct from the kick-off. Law 10. The ball in and out of play. The ball is deemed to be out of play when it has completely crossed the goal line or the touchline, whether it be on the ground or in the air. The ball is also considered to be out of play when the match is being halted by the referees or the ball has hit the ceiling. The minimum height of the ceilings must be 4 meters as stipulated in competition regulations. Law 11. The method of scoring. A goal is scored when the whole of the ball passes over the goal line, between the posts and under the crossbar, unless it is being thrown or propelled by the hand or arm of a member of the attacking team, including the goalkeeper. The team scoring the greater number of goals is the winner. If the number of goals scored is equal, the game will either be drawn, or if the competition regulation states that a match must end with the winning team, or if a playoff ends in a draw. Only the following procedures are stipulated by FIFA, or the Fédération Internationale de Football Association, French for International Federation of Association Football, may be taken into account. The number of goals scored away from home, in which case goals scored in away matches count as double. Are you still there? Good. Now stretch it, shake it. There's more. Law 12. Fouls and misconduct. A direct free kick is awarded to the opposing team if a player commits any of the following 6 offenses in a manner considered to be careless, reckless, or using excessive force. Kicks or attempts to kick an opponent. Trips or attempts to trip an opponent. Jumps at an opponent. Charges an opponent. Strikes or attempts to strike an opponent. Pushes an opponent. Law 13. Free kicks. Free kicks may be either direct or indirect, depending on the type of infringement. On either case, the ball must be stationary when the kick is taken. If the kick is indirect, a goal may only be scored if the ball subsequently touches another player before it enters the goal. The team taking the free kick must do so within 4 seconds, and the kicker must not touch the ball the second time before it touches another player. All opposing players must be at least 5 meters from the ball until the free kick has been taken. Law 14. Accumulated fouls. Accumulated fouls are those punished by the awarding of a direct free kick as outlined in Law 12. The first 5 accumulated fouls committed by each team during any one half are recorded by the timekeeper. Law 15. The penalty kick. A penalty kick is awarded against the team that commits any of the offenses for which a direct free kick is awarded but inside their own penalty area. The ball is placed on the penalty mark and the penalty taker identified. The defending goalkeeper must remain on his goal line and all other players must be behind the penalty mark and at least 5 meters away from the penalty mark. Law 16. The kick-in. A kick-in is a method of restarting play after the ball passes over the touchline, either on the ground or in the air, or if it hits the ceiling. The kick-in is taken and is kicked in from the place where the ball crossed the touchline, having last being touched by the opposing team. Law 17. The goal clearance. A goal clearance is awarded when the ball passes over the goal line, having been touched last by a member of the attacking team. The goal clearance must be taken within 4 seconds and is taken by the goalkeeper of the defending team and throws the ball from any point within his penalty area. Law 18. The corner kick. A corner kick is another method of restarting play and is awarded when the ball passes over the goal line, having last being touched by a member of the defending team. The corner is taken with the ball placed in the arc at the nearest corner and is taken by a member of the attacking team. Let us now check what you have learned. Identify if the statement is true or false about futsal and the laws of the game. Number 1. Futsal is a small-sided version of football that is played worldwide on a smaller pitch and mainly played indoors. Correct! The answer is true. Number 2. Substitutions may be made at any time during the game. The players who have been substituted can return at any time. Well done! The answer is true. Number 3. The basic compulsory equipment of a player comprises the following separate articles: jersey, shorts, socks, shin guards, and footwear. Amazing! The answer is true. Number 4. If an offense is of a more serious nature, a player may be dealt with a red card and sent off if he is guilty of serious foul play. Good job! The answer is true. Number 5. The officials have full authority to enforce the laws of the game. You are right. The answer is false. It is the referee who has the full authority to enforce the laws of the game. Wow, you did great! I hope you learned a lot on our episode today. Let me leave you this quote: "Ignorance of the law excuses no one." So, you better be familiar with the laws of the game of your chosen sport. Once again, I am Teacher Noreen Santiago Acusar from Nabunturan National Comprehensive High School, Nabunturan West District, saying, dito sa TV Eskwela, sa pag-aaral, sama-sama. Bye-bye!